Welcome everyone, and thank you members, board members of Northwest China Council, corporate sponsors, and all of you on Zoom for attending the program tonight. We are delighted to host Yingzong as our first China Chat speaker of 2022. I want to acknowledge all the participation of various academic institutions, both professors and students who are attending from area schools, including Willamette University, Pacific Northwest College of the Arts, and your animation department, Washington State University, Vancouver, and the Creative Media and Digital Content Program, University of Oregon, University of Portland, Portland Community College, and the German International School Mandarin Immersion Program. They're all here, so that means, plus perhaps I forgot somebody who's on a Gmail account that I couldn't recognize, but we have teachers and students in elementary, secondary, and post-secondary education here tonight, and at least one Northwest China Council member who attended school in China prior to 1949. Welcome, Senator Mei Yi. We also have international participation from Hong Kong this evening, to whom I should greet with a good morning, and to all of you here on the West Coast, good evening, and to you on the East Coast, a much later good evening. So with that, let me return the mic here to Joe Liston, past president and board member, and our moderator this evening. And before I do that, Joe, I have to tell Yingzong how much I enjoyed working with her in preparation for tonight's talk. And I know everyone's going to really enjoy her slides and her talk. So thank you, Yingzong.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Jim. 大家好. Welcome to the first Northwest China Council China Chat of 2022. As Jim said, my name is Joe Liston. I'm a former president and current board member of the Northwest China Council. Helping coordinate and produce this event tonight is John Wong, our executive director. He's behind the scenes. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Northwest China Council, we are an educational nonprofit based in Portland, Oregon, founded in 1980 from a grant from the Asia Society of New York to promote greater cultural understanding between China and the United States. We offer Mandarin Chinese lessons online, China chats, and other events as well. And we hope to begin some in-person events when the world becomes a little bit safer and the pandemic begins to subside a bit. So stay tuned for news on that. To learn more about our organization and to keep track of events we sponsor and are involved with, visit us on the web at nwchina.org. You can also find links to register for future China Chats, and you can view recordings of previous China Chats on our website. Before I introduce tonight's guest, I wanted to let you all know that after Yingzong's talk, we'll have a Q&A session. If you'd like to ask a question, please enter it in the Q&A function, which you'll find at the bottom of your Zoom window. That way it's easier for us to keep track of questions and I don't miss any. So tonight we're pleased to welcome Yingzong Xin. Yingzong received her Bachelor of Fine Arts from the Beijing Film Academy in 2014 and her MFA from the University of Southern California in 2018. Recruited for an internship at Pixar in the summer of 2018, she was offered the position of character designer immediately afterwards. You can see her character design work in the Disney Pixar film Onward, the Oscar-winning movie Soul, and the short film 20-something. All are available to view on the Disney Plus streaming service, and I encourage you to check them out because they're all really good. I've seen them. Yingzong was selected one of Forbes 30 Under 30 for 2022, Hollywood and Entertainment. It's a great honor to have her here with us tonight. And with that, the floor is yours, Yingzong. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. So I'm gonna take over and start screen share. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Yingzong's art talk, my art journey from China to US. Hi. So yeah, let's get it started. So I guess I'll start from my childhood, and this is my parents. They are really awesome. They are a big part of my life, and I guess my art journey starting from when I was 2 or 3, like a lot of little girls who like to draw and who like to draw on the wall, on everywhere. So I was like that girl. I was drawing everywhere, also on the wall. So, but my parents, they didn't blame me for ruining the wall. They encouraged me. They think they thought I was doing such a great job, and so they encouraged me to keep drawing and put my art on the wall. So you can see I was trying to explaining my art to all those family members, telling them what I did and this is my new design, my new art, etc. So they'll be my audience, they will be listening and giving me a lot of compliments. So I really enjoy that. I guess this is really funny because this is what I do now. I still introducing my art to the whole room of people, including director, art director, and all the crew member from Pixar. And I was doing exactly the same thing on the wall. And so I guess this is just destiny. Yeah, so I guess because my parents, they are super supportive. I'm really lucky to have them. And also they try to get me into a lot of other hobbies like dancing, like playing piano, and so I feel I didn't like to do that. I hate playing piano. I just hate it too much. So I skip class all the time. I remember one time my dad was trying to put me in the car and get me to the piano class. I didn't want to go. And so I ran away. I just turn around and run away run to the street. So until my dad found out, and he obviously he ran faster than me. So he called me back, and so I had to go to the piano class. But I guess from that moment, my parents realized they can't force me to go to that class. That was really just painful. So it took a couple of tries for me to find out my true passion is art, because I never want to skip any art class. I went to all the art class from 3 years old and to then to now. I still learn art every day. Yeah, so that was my childhood. It was really, yeah. Now I think about it, I still feel lucky to have them, because when I grew up I realized it's not easy to find out your whole life passion at that early stage. So I feel thankful every day to my parents. Yeah, so, and also my mom bought me this comic book when I was I think 10 years old. This is a really old comic book called Old Master Q. As yeah, the author is Wang Ze, who came from Hong Kong, and I love this comic. This is the first comic book I ever read, and it just shocked me because this was so funny and just so playful. I never knew art can be in this format, so I fall in love with this, and this comic. I don't know how many people read this comic. It's just classic. Yeah, so I guess I fall in love with comic with this kind of humor. It's kind of like a little like a dark humor, but in Chinese we say, oh, this is so cold. It's funny, but in a really cold way. So yeah, so I guess I like that. It has 100 book of this, and back then we can't buy like a whole 100 book in one time. I have to find, yeah, me and my dad, we went to all those book market and we were trying to search this book. And every time we can find a few books like number 16 and the number 85. And every time we went there and we have some new book. So it's like a treasure hunting journey of me and my dad. So that was also a good time. By the way, I still hadn't got the entire 100 book of this series. I think I'll never had the whole series, but I guess I have 90 of them. Also, this is a big part of my childhood. It's I don't know the English title of this. Of this book, it's a Waking Hero, I guess, and this one is a Peter Badley and a father and son. This is classic. When I got this book, my mother's intention was for me to learn English because it has Chinese and English on the same page, so you can learn it while watching the comic. And obviously, I didn't learn English from it. I only focusing on the art. I kind of regret it because my English, I had to learn so hard before I went to US. My English is still really like it's still like not that good, but I still love this book. I guess I still like this this really simple, really funny shape of the art. Yeah, I think my art style is still influenced by this a little bit. You will see in the later. And also this is Japanese anime, Shinji, Karen Shinji, this one, and this is Chibi Marubu Chan. This sorry, this is bad pronunciation. Yeah, those are all full of my childhood. I think that at that time TV or this animation were playing all over the TV at dinner time. So all kids, all elementary school students were watching them, like Cinnamon and Card Capture Sakura and this Conan. Yeah. So at that time, I already know I love art. I love drawing. I love drawing cute character like a pretty girl and a pretty anime character. So I was learning to draw Cinnamon and all those Japanese character every day back then. I don't have it now. It was too old. I think my parents still kept it somewhere, but it's hard to find right now. Yeah, and I also love fashion when I was a kid. I think when I was a preteen, like or a teenager, I start to looking for like I starting to feel this. How to say that? I start to appreciate this like grow up women, and I want to be like them. So I often go to this magazine booths to find this fashion magazine. I think they're still there, and I bought them. So I just love the fashion there. I love those pretty girls in those books. And so my way, but I was like too young to dress up like them or doing makeup or doing the hair. I was still dressed up like a really like a nerdy young girl, but I didn't care. So I used my way to express my feelings. So I draw them. I just draw those models, draw those pretty clothes. I make them into some character in my comic. But most of the time I was just copying. So I use this So I, it was really dumb way, but I guess I learned a lot from it. I don't have this lighting table back then, so I sometimes I take one page off and put it on the window, so and put another layer of paper on top of it. So I will tracing the the model, and I will draw like that. Yeah, so I guess it's a really wrong way to make art, but I was young, I have no idea. I just want to draw those girls, and I did learn the human anatomy from a lot of drawing, a lot of tracing and copying. So I guess that is also good for my art foundation. Another thing is I read a lot of books and literatures. So my dad was a journalist and a writer. So he had a lot of books in the home, and we talk about story all the time. And so I also love reading. I love the story. So yeah, I still remember when I read Hamlet the first time. I was so emotional, and I drew my first fan art of Ophelia. I still remember when I had no idea why, because I just feel a strong emotion when I read the part of the death of Ophelia. I still remember the sentence, like she fall from the tree, and she was drunk in the water, and then she flew down to the water with a lot of flower petals surrounding her, and she was just so pretty. And yeah, I guess that's part of the story was so strong. I had to draw something, so I did my first fine art of that. And then when I grew up, and now I realized lots of like famous artists did that thing, including the famous Ophelia, like oil drawing, oil painting, that was portraying that part of the story. So I guess powerful story is universal. Everyone feels things when they read the strong story. And yeah, so I guess because of that, I start to build a connection between story and art. So when I was drawing art, I wasn't just drawing pretty character, pretty models anymore. I was seeking stories. I want to tell a story with my art. Sorry, I don't have my first fine art here. I can't find it. I tried. Yeah, but you will see some art later. Then I got into high school. This high school it's great. It was the best high school in my city, or in my province, and every student want to get in. So did I. But my score wasn't that high to get into that top school. So my dad, he was trying to find a way to help me, and accidentally he found they are also recruiting art students. So they all have some art test, and every art student will go, and they have this rank. The top 20 students will get accepted to that school. Also, you have to go to the you have to do the normal test and get a decent score. You don't have to get that high, but you are getting easier than the other students. Well, you so yeah, so I use that way to get in. I was number 11. I still remember. I was number 11. So I got accepted to this amazing school. So we learn math, and we learn English, all those like a boring class on the morning, and then we will go to art room and start to draw start to learning like how to draw properly. So this was my classroom. We had only 15 students. We were a small class, so we have 15 students. We're really close. We're still close, and I guess we just had the bonding with each other because we had a lot of fun drawing together. And back then when we finished some drawing, we had to be critiqued in front of everybody, and that was also fun, I guess. Yeah, and I miss that. And then we'll also go to other city. We'll go to countryside to do the drawing, and yeah, I guess that was a really good time, high school. By the way, this was my bedroom when I was a kid. I still put a lot of art, like poster, on my entire room. My parents didn't see anything, I guess. I can't even see if I'm okay with my kid doing that because my room was so messy, like so colorful, lot of this kind of stuff. But I guess my parents are amazing. Yeah, so after high school, I got accepted to Beijing Film Academy. This was the best animation / film school in China. And it was, I don't remember it was hard or easy to get in because I can only remember I was drawing every day. I was drawing from morning to the midnight, and I slept 4 hours a day, and I just draw. So and then I got accepted. I was top 1 student who got accepted to the school. And back then we were still having this big whiteboard, and you have your name on it. So you have to go there and watch the board to see if you got accepted. It was really, I know now everything is digital, you can find it online, but back then we still need to use this traditional way. I liked it. I think it's really exciting and old fashioned. Yeah. I guess after I got into college, I was able to draw whatever I want. So but unfortunately, back then in the whole environment, everyone was drawing Japanese style and Korean style, like this really pretty, really fancy, detailed art, realistic art. So I was also drawing that like this. This was part of my art because I spent a lot of time on one drawing. I did like it. I think it's pretty, and I felt pretty satisfied after I finished one drawing. Also, this kind of style was popular in China. So I think I wasn't thinking too much. I just follow the trend. So, but I think it took me a while to realize I wasn't really happy drawing this because it was really, really tired. I just feel exhausted drawing those art, like during the process of drawing this. So I wasn't really enjoy it. So I guess that's why I start to think, oh, maybe I should change it. I should change it to other style, or I should find other way, or maybe I wasn't really into art. Yeah, I was even doubting my choice, doubting my passion. So that was really hard period for me to find my style. until I started to watch some American and cartoon or animation. This is South Park, and then I did a lot of fan art for South Park. Yeah, so I guess that style was extremely simple, right? So I use my style to portray those students, and this opened my eyes. I feel like, oh, I don't need to draw those like a pretty dress and fancy girls anymore. I feel much happier to draw simpler style, use simpler way. So yeah, from there, my style start to change, and this happened. This is Pixie Fantasia for this was big in the whole Asian art community. Um, I don't know how many people remembered. It happened like 10 years ago, and this was hosted by a famous Japanese art platform, Pixiv. Yeah, I think they host this kind of event every year. So this event it's like this. The host, they built a word. They built a word that has three kingdoms. You can see they have this red kingdom, this blue kingdom, and a yellow kingdom. They all have a name of Trigard, Galaradia, and Zalia. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this, but we just call it red, blue, and yellow. And the host has this whole word built up for us. So every country, like red country, blue country, and the yellow country, they contains different power. I remember the red was full of a knight, and they have dragon. The green city, the green country, no, the blue country is, they're like a human, and the yellow country are full of like like half human, half animal people. So it's like that. It's like a magic kingdom. Yeah, so they have a word map and information about the platform. So basically, they have three countries they're fighting, and all of artists, you can pick one side. You can't pick all the side. You have to pick one, and you create your character and from that country, and then you post your art. You can create anything, but you have to create a character that follow those rules of this word. Yeah, so you create art and then you post it on Pixiv. So it depends on how many likes you get. So more likes you get, the stronger your country gets. So in the end, which country got most likes, which country won. So back then we were so passionate about this. We just draw, create art every day and post it on the Pixiv. We were just trying to fight for our country and bring more likes to our country. It was, everyone was playing it. Everyone was in part of this game, and including some really famous artists, and we all did this for free. Nobody paid us anything. We just create art, and yeah, I guess I did almost like hundreds of art during those 3 months, and I met so many good artist friends, and we are still great friends. It was just such a good time. And those are some of art I did during that time. I was part of Country Yellow, so I create some character that is like half human, half shark, and half like the people has power to to create like to become a butterfly or something like that. And also you can get interaction with other people's character. You can even get married with other people's character. And this is how I found my best friend. And this is, you can see we even draw a like marriage picture of our character. So I did my character and she did her character. So we are just yeah, we now we're still good friends. We're best friends. We talk every day. Also fun thing is you can fight with other people. You can create an art that your character is having battlefield with other character from other country. So everyone was just okay with that, and just you just don't kill anyone. Just don't do like things that is too much. So also nobody was doing that. I guess nobody was. Everyone was just playing this game very friendly, and yeah. So it was such a good time. I had a lot of fun during that time, and I still miss that feeling because I feel like now I couldn't do such thing anymore. Just just to create this story and be part of it, and also not thinking about paying my bill. Now I have to think, okay, I do this drawing and people will pay me how much. I'll do it. Yeah, well, not all the time, but I still, now I feel like I need to pay my rent. So I can't just draw this and not get paid for 3 months. I couldn't do it. Yeah, so that was, yeah, such a good time. Yeah, so I still need to graduate. I did this thesis film for Beijing from Beijing when I graduated from Beijing Film Academy. This is a story that's inspired from my childhood. So this is the place I was living at when I was 2 years old. My family wasn't rich, and we lived this really now I can say it's really like a shitty place, but I had a lot of good memory there. I was playing free there, and they had a lot of flower. So I remember I loved to went to that garden that back in our house. They have a big hydrangea flower, and I just love playing them. So one day I took one home, and they died. They were of course they died, and their body, I feel, oh, their body was covered with ants, and so I was traumatized by that, and so I create this animation. It was like a flower boy. In the right picture, you can see he's a like hydrangea flower boy, and he got picked by a little witch, and then he probably gonna die. Yeah, so this is the inspiration for my thesis film. I love this film. It's still my favorite short film, even though it was very immature, very poorly made, but I love it. So this is a color board from the movie. Really simple. It only had 5 minutes. Yeah. So after graduation, I got accepted. I got into Tencent art department. I was a character designer for this game. This game was like Overwatch, so it's like a gun shooting game. So my job was doing costume design for them. They already had existing characters, so we only need to create a different outfit. This was my last outfit I designed for this doctor kind of character, and I heard this outfit was selling very well but I already left the company after I designed this, so I didn't get any bonus. That is shame. But it got me realize I still want to do animation. I love game, I love playing game, but I just don't want to draw outfit every day. Like I said, I still want to do some story relevant, related stuff. Yeah, so I decided to go to America and keep learning animation. So I got accepted into USC. It wasn't easy. I was I was I was I went to company at the daytime and then learning English at nighttime. Also, I need to prepare my portfolio. So I it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun um, preparing English like TOEFL test. But I made it anyway. Yeah, and after I went to America, it really opened my eyes because I found so many different art style. Everyone was drawing so differently. Like, of course, there are people still draw a pretty anime style, but there are also people drawing more caricature or like Disney Pixar style. They're just so much fun, and I want to try it. So I did. I was trying to find some new style that I could really enjoy. So you can see this is some art I was trying so hard to to mimic Disney style and trying to push the shape. It wasn't pushed so much, but it started to change. Yeah, and also tried this style and this style. And I think I landed on this one because I really like Star Wars. I love Carolyn and I love his big nose. And his big nose really got me, really inspired me to draw this to draw in a really charactered way. Yeah, so by the way, I went to Japan for 3 months. I went to Tokyo broadcasting system to do a like internship. And I love it. I love Japan. I want to go back sometime. But still, I need to graduate from US first. I finished my thesis film. This is also inspired from my childhood. I guess it's just easier to make a film that is from that is personal, and this film is to memory my childhood best friend. She got into car accident, and yeah, so I lost her when I was in elementary school, and I dreamed about her all the time. Or I can say she came back to my dream, and we still play in the forest. And she told me her legs are hurting, so I carried her on my back. Yeah, and that was just really kind of weird, creepy little dream I had. And yeah, so I want to, I just want to remember that feeling. So I made this film. Yeah, I and then I graduate from USC, got accepted by Pixar as an intern. This was my style back then. This is part of my my portfolio. I guess my style was changing a lot. I was really I was trying to push the shape, and it worked. I really love it. I think it is so fun and so much easier to compare to drawing all the like details, all the like close forward. So yeah, I guess I got hooked by this style, and I was keep drawing it, and I was getting better. Also, I love to love to put some Chinese elements in there. I wouldn't do it intentionally. I think this is just part of me. Chinese culture is a part of my life. So yeah, you can see that often in my art. I also love to draw kids, and I love to draw really fun childhood, and this is always my my big thing. I guess I just miss my childhood, and I want to remember that. So I draw them. I love big group of children and playing this innocent and naive and playful. This is make me so happy. And then they grow up, still good friend. Yeah, this is something I started to do since quarantine. I draw people on the street. I also love people watching. I guess as a character designer, I had to do that. I have to observe people and I to see how do they look like, and trying to guess what's the story of them. I guess they're just so fun. Look at this purple hair grandma trying lipstick in Sephora. It's so inspiring. I want to be like her when I grow older. Yeah, so some couple during the Christmas season. Also, I wasn't stop drawing. I hadn't stopped drawing fine art. When I see some TV show or some movies, if I like, I will draw the character from them. This is from Good Omen. This is from Sex Education. I guess the way why I love to draw fan art is because I still want to communicate with people. That if I watch a good show, I I can't. Yeah, only saying, oh, this is a good show, you should watch it, cannot satisfy me. I guess I'll draw something and the people, I'll interact with people, and then we share feeling to each other. So this is my way to communicate with other people. Yeah, after 3 months of internship, I got hired officially. Yeah, I was also really lucky because I had a great mentor, and yeah, and this wonderful place are so supportive, and they're just the best. Yeah, those people, yeah, these are the ones sit next to me on my left, Magnoti. He was my mentor during the internship. Yeah, I learned so much from them. He was also the character art director for Onward. Yeah, after I got hired officially in Pixar, I joined Soul as a character designer, and I designed some I designed some Jerry and Terry and mini Terry. So this is wild sculpture I did. Some post design. I guess when I got into Pixar, I also I all my assignments was new to me. I never thought I would draw a character that is only wire, that is like this. I don't know. But they had to believe in me. They let me try. They gave me those assignments, and I guess I did it good. they liked my design, and also we love Terry. He's a great character, and everyone on the team, they're amazing. Yeah, so I'm pretty satisfied with the results. Also, I designed New Yorker from the movie the movie was set in New York, and we have a lot of scenes that they have too many people, but we have to build all of them, and then we came up a plan. So I designed those people that is so diverse, so much different people, and yeah, I love it. I guess this is why I love people watching, and you can really capture the difference from all the people. Yeah, so those are the background character I did. I guess that's the two main thing I did for Soul. And after that, I joined Turning Red for a few months, and I single-handedly designed 20-something character. This is Spark Short. Yeah. Now I'm working on the project that is that I cannot see. Sorry, that you will see it at maybe like 2 or 3 years later. Yeah, so that is my Pixar journey. I still draw every day off work. I still love to draw Chinese stuff. I love Hanfu. I love to draw this. I also love to wear Hanfu. Actually, those are the painting I draw from the picture I took of me and my girlfriends. Yeah, those are all my friends, and I draw them. Yeah, this is just the love. I love this, and yeah, I guess that's all I have to share. Thank you.
Well, not only a beautiful story, but a lot of beautiful art. So thank you very much. So let's move on now. I'd like to invite anybody who has a question to please do so in the QA function. And what I'll do is I'll read them to you so you don't have to track them, and then you can just answer them. So yeah, there's some great comments coming in chat as well. Everybody complimenting your presentation tonight.
Yeah. Great, thank you everyone.
All right, let me go to the questions. Let's start with Craig McCurry. He asked, how many people work within your team on Pixar? Do you switch from department to department, working with different people based on the film?
Yeah, I guess for one film, our art team has like 10-ish people or 15-ish people. 15. For character, we have 4 or 5, like a core character designer, and sometimes we have other people join for a few months or few weeks just to help us. And also sometimes we switch to other show. But most of the time we will have our home show. This is what we call it. It's the show that we stay on it for a longer time. And when this show is finished, we will jump around. We will go to other show, stay for a few months. If it fits, we'll keep staying there. If not, we will change to other show. So this is how we work.
Let's see. Next comment is from Rose Bond. She says, "I love your story, and the Wire characters were the best in Soul." She said. So.
Thank you.
Ran Sheng says, "Hi Yingzong, thanks for sharing your story with us. I also studied animation at Beijing Film Academy many years ago. Since you have such a colorful journey from China to the US, I wonder, how do you compare your education experience between the two countries/cultures? Like, what's the biggest difference among the two education systems, and what do you love and hate the most?"
Oh, wow. That's a lot of questions. Well, I guess the biggest difference I experienced was in Beijing Film Academy. Everything is about fundamental, and we learned so many craftsmanship from it, and it's very strategic. So that's how I built my craftsmanship, and I thankful for that. In America, I guess I still remember when I first got into America, me and other Chinese students, we're complaining, say, oh, why everything we did, like why professor complimenting everything we did, they will always say, oh, this is great, this is wonderful, you should keep doing it. And I guess we just get used to getting the critique from professor so much, so we cannot get used to like professor saying yes to everything you did. But I think long term we still benefit from it, because we found what we really love because of that, because the professor, they won't get away in what we love and telling you, oh, this is bad, this is good, you should do this, you should do that, you shouldn't do that. They didn't do that. So that's how I found my style. I found my my way to become a character designer. So I guess they're all good. So I benefit both from Chinese and American education system. Yeah, but if you ask what I hate the most, I need to think about it carefully, because I don't quite remember. I guess I hate go to class early. And in Beijing Film Academy, professors, they will call our name like 3 times during the class. They call the name at the beginning of the class, and in the middle of the class, and then in the end of the class. So just in case we don't skip it. I guess I hate that. Yeah, I guess that's all I can see.
Next question comes from Mike Roberts. He asks, what is next in your art career?
What's next? Oh, I want to become art director, character art director. So I want to design. Yeah, I want to have like more control of a character for one feature film. Yeah, there's one film I really like in Pixar, and I want to apply for that. Also, yeah, that is my short-term goal.
Okay, the next question comes from Christine. She asks, do you still draw in an anime-esque style sometimes?
Yeah, I did. I still, but rarely, because if I need to, I still draw it. But I'm not good at it anymore. I think I don't have the patience for the detail, but I still love to watch it. So I still enjoy watching people watching beautiful anime style online, and I will say, oh, I can never do that. And I tried, but I guess it's if there's a project happening in Pixar that's require me to draw anime style, I will still try to learn it to get it back.
Next question, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce this, Zai F. Hi, Yingzong. As an aspiring artist, I often find it hard to find inspiration. What inspires you, your art, and characters?
What's inspired me? My life. So I know you're probably are seeking for the way to find some other like artist or other inspiration, but I have to say I love watching other people's art online, and I do have a lot of artists that I love, but they're not my inspiration for my art. I I can sometimes I learn style from them. If I see a cool style or cool method, a cool way of drawing, I'll try to learn. I'll try to observe from other people. But for my own art, I still take a lot of inspiration from my life, from my friend, or from my from my from the story that in my head. Like now, I often dress up in Hanfu and go out with my sisters. We all dress up and we all go out and go to the go to some garden and go on the street, and we'll take pictures. We'll take cute videos of us doing cute stuff, and that is my biggest inspiration. And I'll draw it. I will draw it from my life, from the picture video of that taken by us. And I'll draw my life with my boyfriend, my life with my friend, or my own life. I'll make them into a cute comic or cute illustration. Yeah, that is my inspiration. Also, I think as artists, even though I know we should draw more, we should draw a lot and practice every day. But I don't encourage people to just stay at home and only draw. I encourage you go out and have fun, enjoy life, and that will become your inspiration, and that will never end, and that will be unique. So yeah, that's my answer. Hope it helps.
That's a great answer. Next question comes from Natalie Scott. What was the most valuable advice that you have received?
In valuable advice. Let me think. Oh, yeah, I guess it was when I first got into Pixar. I took my job so seriously. I still do. I still love my job. But when I first got it, I think it's my whole life. And I worked so hard to get in, and I will do anything to do good. And then yeah, I literally said that to my coworker. I said that I don't care about payment. I don't care about other stuff. I care about this job so much. And yeah, my coworker said, "Oh, you should chill. You should have a life. This is just a job." And yeah, so this is what they told me. This is just a job. And even my manager told me that. So that was also surprising for me. Because from my background, I also worked in China, and they'll never see that. They'll never see things like, this is just a job. You should be chill. So yeah, so I was surprised by that, and I also wasn't understand. I think but now after 4 years of working, I feel yeah that is a good advice. You can only do your work good when you have a good life, and especially for a creator, for artist, you need to yeah, like I just said, you need to have a life, have some inspiration, then you will make better art at work. And that is a win-win for myself and for my company.
So we're coming up on the top of the hour. I'd like to be respectful of your time. We have a few more questions. Do you have time for maybe 2 or 3 more questions?
Yeah, sure.
So the next question comes from Maria. She asks, how do you go about getting jobs or internships at Pixar? And could we do one with you?
Sorry, what can we?
She's asking how you go about getting an internship, or what she could do to get an internship or possibly a job at Pixar.
So this is how I get my job. First, you need to have a portfolio, right? You need to have a good portfolio, and that is the basic thing for everything. And then you need, I think you still need to no, actually that's not true. This is just my way. This is what I did. I went to CTN. I don't know if you know CTN. It was a big concert for artists who worked in animation and gaming industry. So all the artists will have, not all, like a lot of artists who work in the industry will have this panel and will have their table, their booth. All the big animation companies, they will also have the booth and do the portfolio reviews for the students. So I had my portfolio printed out, and I took my portfolio to them, and I'll get advice from them. I'll let Pixar review my portfolio. So I was also lucky to met artist who Daniel Arriaga, who was doing portfolio review at CTN. And after he saw my portfolio, he really loved it. So he referred me to HR of Pixar, and that's how I got an internship. So, but I guess if you have a good portfolio, you will still get it. You will still get accepted through online through online application. So this is how I did too. They asked me to apply, so I also did the online application for the internship. Yeah, so I guess I also, during the internship, I worked so hard. I just yeah, I should yeah, I just wanted so much, so I let them know I want to work for Pixar. And I if you want it, you need to let them know. They also like to hire people that who really want to work for them. So I guess I wasn't shy about it. So yeah, everyone know I want to work for Pixar, and so they kept me.
Next question is a really good one. It comes from Anne Wetherell. Have you thought about writing and illustrating a book?
Sometimes I did, but I'm not good at writing. I guess if they're a good story, I'd love to collab with them for illustration book. That is yeah, I'm totally open for it.
We'll do two more questions.
Okay.
The next one comes from Benny. What do you think distinguishes you from other artists?
Distinguish me from other artists. I guess I have Chinese background, and I used to draw anime. So my art style still has that. Still has sorry. My art style still kind of like combination of anime style and American, like Disney style. So it's kind of refreshing. So yeah, that's what I was told by other people, but I don't really know. I just draw what I think is good.
And the last question, it comes from Mike Roberts. Who are your favorite Chinese artists and why?
Oh, good question. My favorite Chinese artist. there's a lot of Chinese artists I really love. Comic artists, I still like Wang Ze, who draw Master Q, but that is that was a classic old artist. Also because he influenced me. So for the art style, I don't know. I can't answer you that. I don't have a favorite one. I love too many of them. I can't pick one. Sorry.
Well, there's so many great questions. I have to apologize to those of you that unfortunately, I think I got through most of them, but I think we could be here all night practically. But I want to remind everyone also that we recorded this talk tonight, so it will be available on our YouTube channel where we post our China chats. So for any of you, if you know anyone who wanted to attend and couldn't and is interested, just a reminder to keep an eye on our website, the Northwest China Council website, for links to the video. Or we have a YouTube channel. If you search for it, you can see, you'll be able to find it that way too. So that concludes our event tonight. Just to remind you, our next China Chat's going to be on February 24th. It's going to be Frederick Green. We'd love to see you guys there. Keep an eye out on your email and the website for registration links. And I want to thank you, Yingzong, for your talk tonight. What a fascinating story and such beautiful artwork. It was very enjoyable talk tonight. And as usual, our audience has wonderful questions. So thank you all for attending tonight, and have a great evening, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah.